The last thing we need to look at in this app is the Android manifest.xml file. Now, first let's go ahead and take a look at the AVD for a moment, and you'll notice there's something different about the layout on the screen compared to some of the other apps that we've looked at. And the main difference is that there's no title bar across the top of this app. Instead, we're taking advantage of the space that usually would have been allocated for the title bar, and we're using that to just display our string 10 question flag quiz. So basically, we're allowing the linear layout to go closer to the top of the screen, to the top of the device, than if there were a title bar. Now, the way we accomplish that is by changing the theme that we were using for the activity. So if you take a look here for our application, I should say, if you take a look here at lines 5 through 7, you can see the beginning of the application element in the Android manifest.xml file. And just like in the previous app when we introduced this to you, the application has an icon, so you can specify your own icons for your apps. It's got a label, which is the name that typically would have been displayed in the title bar. And then separately, we've used the Android theme attribute here in the manifest to set the theme to the predefined theme called no title bar. And all that does is it removes the title bar from the screen. Now you can see that we're using a predefined Android style resource for this purpose. And what I want to do is just take you to the website, and you can see here at developer.android.com/reference/r.style.html, this is a set of predefined style and theme resources that you can use. Now, some of these resources are only available for certain versions of the Android APIs. So, for example, this app was originally written using Android 2.3.3, which is API level 10, and because of that, you may want to filter what you're looking at in the online documentation by the API level you're targeting. So, for example, if I hit filter and then I select 10, now some of the items are grayed out to indicate that they're not available on a device that's running API level 10, which again is the Android 2.3 operating system. So by filtering that, I can then go look through and see which items are available to me. And you'll notice, by the way, that a lot of the ones that are unavailable are the ones with the word holo in them, which is for the holographic user interface that was introduced in Android 3.0 and higher. So I'm going to just scroll down to the theme part of this here, and you can see that there are several different themes. There's the theme black no title bar, theme black no title bar, full screen. Full screen would even get rid of, let me go to my AVD here, would even get rid of this bar at the top of the screen as well. You might use that, for example, in a game where you want to take advantage of all of the screen real estate. Going back over to the web page, you can see that there's lots of disabled themes here. There's also some light themes instead of black themes. So by default, a lot of Android layouts have a black background, but maybe you want a white background by default instead. So that can be used via these themes rather than redefining all the colors on your own. Here's the theme no title bar, which simply says to get rid of the title bar itself. Again, theme no title bar full screen. It says it's a variant of the default dark theme, which is one of the other constants that we saw up above. So if you want to change some of the basic color features of your layouts, or things like the title bar and whether or not you want to use full screen, you can set all of those items using code inside of the Java part of your app, but you can also do it declaratively via the Android manifest.xml file as well. Now, separately, going back over to the manifest, we'll also see that our activity, flag quiz game in this case, is explicitly set to portrait. What this does is it disables the ability to rotate the app when the user rotates the device. So this app will always display in portrait mode, and we just felt like this app looked better in that mode, so we disallowed the ability to rotate the app.